Scorpio, it's your turn. I'm Astro Brie, and this is Astro Brie Astrology with Tarot. I am using the Lynn Strider's Journey, a new tarot deck that I just acquired this weekend. So, Scorpio, you've got a really busy time coming up in October, and through September, Mars, the ruler of your energies, has been ripping through your 12th house. It's been ripping through this part it's right here. You move and, it's gone, but you can feel it. There's a presence. And when our ruler is in our 12th house, we are manifesting endings to old paradigms that don't fit anymore. And as he rips through the end of these energies, you will be faced with wounds. That those rips, those tears, that separation of ideology and actual self, you're going to have to face that. And that we see on the 24th of September when Chiron and Mars make an opposition. Oppositions are tricky. Two opposing forces are meeting at the same frequency. Cards are starting to come up. We've got half a deck here. And then 3 cards. Interesting. We're going to look at these in a second. So with an opposition, especially when it's your ruler from your 12th house, you get to create new habitual frequencies in your life, new habitual tendencies, so that you can create new frequencies in your life. But there is, as you can hear, drilling. There is deep digging to be done to sturdy these habitual frequencies. If you don't do the shadow work, which Scorpio, you're so good at, I'm not worried. It's likely to hurt a lot more than it needs to, because if you don't do the work, somebody else is going to be invoked by the universe to do it to you. So you need to step up into what you're accountable for. What are the things that you've been doing for long enough to recognize they don't do anything for you? Are you having nightmares? Have you been seeing storylines play out in media that reflect parts of you that you no longer identify with, but you let other people carry that narrative of you? It's true, other people's opinions of you don't matter, but there's nothing wrong with clarifying. You don't owe them an excuse or a reason or an explanation, but you owe it to yourself to clarify who you are. I know you're a private person, Scorpio. And this is steady work. This is the Knight of Pentacles. The first and only card that came upright. That is what you know and what you've been doing. You've been doing the work. As the visions, the nightmares, the intuitive feelings come up, the intrusive thoughts, you've been steadily handling them one at a time and building yourself a security net. It's beautiful. It's good work. But it's not the only work. Just because you're good at shadow work doesn't mean you can't walk into the light. The Six of Swords talks about learning lessons, but not absorbing them. Moving away from the next level and staying at the shore. As you can see, there's a family here, or at least a man, woman, and child on a boat making their way towards something. When it is reversed, you're in the boat, but you haven't let go of the anchor yet. And that's fair. You've got work to do where you are, checking to make sure you have everything you need. But you're ready, Scorpio. You're ready to look at the wound fully and patch it up. Mars and Chiron are gonna make an opposition. And when this happens, we have this opportunity to set a new pattern, to set a new standard so that in October, as Mars moves out of Libra and into your first house, you can be reborn in your pride, in your energies, your natural ability to be tenacious, to be a detective, to call people out, to be honest and ruthlessly accountable. These things are happening for you in October. And you can be proud of the work that you've put in. It's time to start recognizing there's a next level. There is more to do where you are, but not for very long. You have to push forward. You have to try new things. You have to open that door. You have to lift that anchor. So let's look at what's coming, what is, and what's been, right? So what's been? What do we know? We know the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords reversed. And what's coming is the Queen of Wands and the Three of Swords. These are gorgeous cards, by the way. I highly recommend this deck. We all know the Three of Swords is the heartbreak card. And the Queen of Wands is the most commanding feminine force in the tarot deck of the minor arcana. You have to push through into the pain. Recognize it's gonna hurt, but you can't keep licking that wound. It's time to bandage it up. You got to take the hit and get up and keep going. And if you do, the Chariot, you're going to move so quickly through October. Yes, you are recognizing that it's time to let go. You're understanding that it doesn't work the way it was planned. And you've known it for a while, but you didn't want to stop trying. With the Chariot card, it's a very fast-moving emotional energy. A lot of the time there's Cancer frequency to it. I also see Sagittarius energy in the Chariot because of the actual charioteer. But there is a Cancer frequency here. So Cancer energy may be a moving force in your energy. It could be about home. It could be about moving home. It could be about moving away from home. It's gonna hurt, but it's worth it. I've got a couple more cards that came out here. Oh, that's interesting. We're going to look at these in the extended. I want you to mark your calendar for the 23rd, 24th, 25th. It's the 23rd today as I release this, so I think you're seeing this right on time. We're going to get into these in the extended. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for your trusting me. We're going to look deeper into why you're so slow about this transformation when you always go so quickly through them. I got a feeling it has something to do with Mercury, but I don't want to give it away. We're going to talk about the current recognition of the power of pain with the Queen of Wands and the Three of Swords, and the future of movement and providing yourself the nourishment you need with these in the extended. Thank you, Scorpio.